a nigga ristic XB a la Magnum. Double cups, I'm twisted, think I'm tripping, bitch, and that's okay. Pray for me to basket case, cause someone go get past the mace. They say he wild for a nigga with no burner, yeah. Man, he pretty down for someone we never heard of, yeah. Then along came Jordan, hit some pointers, don't get hurt, and yeah, I usually don't get turned up.
Hey, hit me up. All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man.
All right, come inside.
Ball, huh?
Hey, come inside. Yo, shut up. Box out.
Hey, keep the ball, huh? Let's get it started, man. Let's get it started.
You out late last night or something?
Hey, see you later, man.
All right, AI, let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Turn it up. Turn it up. Right there.
Hey, he can ball, huh?
Shot, shot, shot. That's all day. I see him. I see him.
Let's get it started, man. Let's get it started. Hey, he can ball, huh?
Well, it wasn't ugly, but it wasn't pretty either.
Next time, man. Next time.
Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. The action tonight out at Capital One Center as the Washington Wizards play against the Denver Nuggets. Some good basketball lately by Denver. They are really...
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
From Washington, D.C., 2K Sports proudly brings you the Wizards. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. This game is part of the travel schedule for Denver. They're among the league's powerhouse teams, presently in second place in the West.
Well, I think for Denver, they've had a dream season, and I think they're only going to get stronger as we approach the postseason.
You know, and that's something we see a lot from teams that come out of the blue like they have. have this season, their confidence just grows and grows with each passing week, and they hit the playoffs riding high.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Millsap and Jokic, the pair inside. Murray and Harris, the guards. And it's Jordan in at the 3 spot. Greg, it's hard to imagine that 1 year ago, AI wasn't even in the NBA. Now he's an important part of this team.
The improvement he's shown from that first pressure-packed game, it's been remarkable. He's always showed potential, but where he is now with his impact is beyond what anyone could have expected.
And here is Satoransky after the 3-pointer from Jordan. And Satoransky kicks to Howard. Of course, we know for a few chosen individuals, the best of the best, this is the last leg now in the race for the MVP.
That is correct, Kevin. There's been a narrative that's built all season, but sometimes the way you close out a season can ultimately decide the vote because it's the last thing in the minds of the voters. You've piled up your stats, you've tried to win as many games as possible, but a finishing kick is so important in this race.
And these players know it, don't they? I mean, they say, oh, I'm not paying attention to it, but really, I mean, come on. They're human. Of course they are, right?
They're paying attention, no doubt.
Now Harris. Bradley Beal missing from long range. That pushes it to double digits. And that's 12 points for Jordan.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
Satoransky, the pass to Howard. Beal gets a wide-open look. That's good. And so Howard with the assist.
How quick is that release? And it's 3 on the board. Beal doing what he does best.
From deep, Jordan, another 3 for Denver.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
The Wizards have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And stolen by Murray. Pass to Jordan. From deep 3-point range, it's hauled in by Ilyasova.
And you know, he's got the ability, but the question is that really the best shot you can get?
You know, I don't think so, Greg. The defense will give up that deep a shot all day. You got to continue to move the basketball.
Now Ilyasova. After the miss 3 from Jordan. Shot clock at 5. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
Bradley Beal showing off that near 40-inch max vertical. Not the most physical guy at the rim, but very explosive.
Now here's Jordan, coming off a stellar performance against Boston. Bangs home the trifecta. Jordan's got 18 points.
And really, that's what built the early lead here. Killer shooting from beyond.
You know, I'm surprised the defense hasn't done anything to take away that 3-point shot. You know, that's their preferred weapon tonight.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Scott Brooks did have a few minutes before the game tonight. He said even though this was their first meeting of the year, he did not expect there to be a feeling out period between these teams. He said, we have a group of guys who can score and do it in a hurry. We're going to go right at them and test their defense early on. Looks like they're in attack mode, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, thanks for the report, David. So it's all about getting their offense going early on.
And I think that's the right call, guys. Get that rhythm established at the offensive end as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's an important thing for an offensive-minded team to do. You have got to set the tone with a level of aggression on the offensive end.
As Decker shoots over Barton, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Wizards shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. He's perfect from the line this time.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Well, Bradley Beal is turning himself into one of the elite two-way players in the NBA. Go back to 2017 when he becomes the youngest player in NBA history to make 700 career three-pointers. It happens to be the same season that he was voted into his first All-Star game, and his coach believes he should be one of the best defensive players on the perimeter in the NBA. Let's watch and see.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Outside Jordan. Good on the triple. Jordan's got 23 points.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Washington calls timeout. This the first chance to take a look at the Nuggets this season.
And both of these sides were fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot and split their season series at 1 apiece.
And with most of the season in the books, the power rankings have really taken shape. You take a look at the Trailblazers. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And I think Denver, they know what this team is. Some would say they've overachieved, but I feel like they've proven themselves thus far. Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far. And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Washington Wizards, trailing by 13. Decker kicks to Green. It's stolen by Lyles, and pushing it up. Here's Denver. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. .24 seconds left to play here in the first. The shot's good. And that's now 7 points for Beal.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
And here's Jordan outside. And again, Denver with the triple.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. We had a moment to talk with AI on his team's chances to win it all this year.
When the season started, there was a feeling on this team that we have what it takes. I mean, why not us, you know? I think the depth of our team is a big strength, and if you match us against anyone else in our conference, we can definitely hold our own. I'm not foolish enough to make any predictions, but I do like our chances.
Greg, AI not getting baited. He's checked in for Decker. And a switcher also for Denver. Jordan, he's checked in for Morris. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Thomas and Barton are their backcourt. Lyles out there with Jordan. And it's Plumlee in at the 5 spot. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, they call him Rain Man, and in the last game against the Celtics was superb. He ended with 28 points and got there the usual way, an impressive barrage of three-pointers. He put up great numbers and a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss, and he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Okay, David, no doubt he'll have the defense focused on him here after that stunning game last time out.
You better believe it. He'll be looking at double teams, guys up in his jersey all game long.
I think that's the way this guy likes it. He wants a challenge. It makes him more focused, more determined to show what a force he can be.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Launches a 3, and again, Denver with the triple.
Keeping the pressure on and starting to pad this lead around the halfway point.
Yeah, seems like they're starting to pull away a bit right now. They just look a little faster and a little hungrier than the opposition right now.
There's Beal with the 3, sinks the three-pointer. Beal's got 10 points in the quarter.
He's in a really good rhythm right now. Count another one for Bradley Beal.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big.
Thanks very much, Bradley. The old saying, no rebounds, no rings. How important is it to...
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. And after a very lopsided first half. We'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been a clinic out there by Rain Man.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
Brown out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then there's Thomas Satoransky. And it's Howard in at center. That's the route for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. Locker room presence, one of the aspects that gets overlooked by fans, but endorsed not by coaches. And there are some players who have that presence.
You know what, Kevin? And this can take the shape of a lot of different things. So one guy that comes to mind is Sean Livingston. Always calm, always about team. Thaddeus Young is not a name necessarily that is at the top of everybody's best player list, but anyone who's ever coached Thad Young believes in his ability to affect positively a locker room. Then you have those guys who maybe are going to challenge you a little bit more, but ultimately are good for the team. And I would cite Draymond Green, who will call out a teammate if necessary, push them to greater heights. You need both kinds, I think, Kevin, in your locker room.
Here's Jokic, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Really like the energy I'm seeing from this offense. 3 for 4 to open the third.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Brown, the pass to Howard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And guys, Dwight Howard, a top 20 all-timer in rebounding, an 8-time All-Star center. Greg, will he be a Hall of Famer someday, you think?
Oh, he's a lock to be a Hall of Famer when you look at those numbers. Not to mention a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. And at his peak, one of the most impactful big men we've seen in the game.
Ryan is checked in for Washington. Harris against Beal. Inside, here's Brown. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Clearly a foul.
The Wizards shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Mahinmi's checked in for Dwight Howard. Morris is checked in for the Nuggets. And again for 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Washington calls timeout. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Bradley Beal became a first-time All-Star in 2018, but he knows the next step is becoming a better leader. He said, "Sometimes I can be nonchalant, locked into myself and not saying anything. It's just my personality, and as a leader, you can't be that way. You have to encourage your teammates and don't be afraid to say things. Don't be afraid to be a leader." Kevin?
Good story, D.A. Thank you. Wizards making a switch here. Decker's checked in. Jokic, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Jokic has got 10 points.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And Satoransky kicks to Mahinmi. The dish to Brown. Clock at 6. And Morris comes over to help. To the paint. Here's Satoransky. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Satoransky's got his second basket.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
From the arc. Offensive rebound. And 3 from Jordan. And again for 3.
And guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for 3rd now, most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from beyond the arc. Decker gets the bucket. 13 points in the game.
I'll tell you, when he gets in that deep, there simply has to be some help defensively. The size mismatch is just too great there.
From connects again from distance.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for 2nd for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep. It's stolen by Bryant. And here we go. Washington fast break. Pass to Brown. And the layup is good.
Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man, and you deliver the ball right away.
From deep, Jordan. The shot off that time. And Washington the other way now. And stolen by Jordan. It's Jordan on the wing. Good! Another from three.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record books.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing. Round with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Satoransky off target from outside.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams.
Connects again from distance.
And that is a three that will put him in the record books.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had. And good that time. Satoransky's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, that's a decisive move to the cup. He gives the defense no chance to react.
And he takes a breather from his ongoing three-point barrage. What a game.
Doing damage, Greg, on the road. Talk about a big-time performance. Wow.
Almost unfathomable what we've seen in this arena tonight. This guy from range has been unbelievable.
Outside Jordan. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down.
Checking in for your Wizards, Jason Randall.
Here's Plumlee, and so it's Denver, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they bring, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Jordan is out there with Will Barton. Then it's Porter. Then it's Trey Lyles. And it's Plumlee in at the pivot, manning the middle. Here's Howard. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Doris, when you talk about coaching, aside from wins and losses, how can you gauge if a coach is doing a good job?
Well, you make a great point, Kevin, because if an organization is in a rebuild situation, then winning is almost impossible because you're outgunned and outmanned every single night. So to evaluate those coaches, here are the things I would look at. One, are you maximizing the talent at your disposal? Are your player development skills at such a degree that you're seeing incremental improvement from the guys on your roster? And then ultimately, Kevin, are guys playing hard? Are they competitive every day?
Wow.
Crazy.
That's a beautiful jam.
That is not possible. What we just... is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And Howard with the stuff.
And these dunk attempts are just too easy for Howard. All he has to do is rise up, and he's golden.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
Well, that's just taking your eyes off the target before releasing the pass. Very careless.
Randall dishes to Morris. To the paint. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. From deep three-point range, and again for three. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Out to the right wing. Randall against Barton. Randall surveying the D. Clock at 6. Baker with the bucket.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a three on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
Yes, that goes in.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Outside, Green. And the league last season, Doris, looking to tighten up on the traveling calls. You think that's a move in a positive direction, and it's had a good effect?
Well, Kevin, I'm sure you agree with this. We want to see if there's a traveling violation, it should be called.
Yes.
We have given the offensive players enough advantages, and by that I mean we've made it less physical on the perimeter. You know, we've allowed for freedom of movement, and so I think anytime you learn from a kid, listen, if you pick up that pivot foot, it's a travel. In the past, I thought a lot were missed. What's your take on it, Kev?
I like what you said, and even more for the younger kids who are learning the game, they got to play the right way. It's got to be called.
That's right.
Washington needs to get a shot off here. Here's Howard, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Howard's got 9 points here in the second half. Outside Jordan, a 3-ball, and good! There's another. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
High post, Howard working on Plumlee. Green kicks to Randall, out to the right wing. Baker passes to Howard. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nuggets.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And counting tonight's game on the season, so it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg.